Hello, dear listeners. A lovely, sweet, and warm welcome to everyone here on the Easy Fluent English podcast. I am Teresa.
And I am Jimmy.
This is the place where we practice English through real conversations, real emotions, and real-life situations. No heavy grammar, no pressure, just simple English that you can listen to, understand, and use in your daily life.
Today's topic is something interesting and very real. Many English learners know vocabulary, but when they meet someone for the first time, they don't know what to say or how to start a conversation. So today we are going to talk about English for a first date conversation.
Imagine this situation. You meet someone new at a cafe, maybe for the first time. You feel a little nervous. Your heart beats a little faster. You want to say something nice, something natural, but the words don't come easily. Don't worry, that's exactly why this conversation is for you. In today's episode, we will explore simple, natural, and friendly sentences you can use during a first date conversation. How to greet someone, how to ask questions, how to keep the conversation warm, interesting, and comfortable.
Remember, a good conversation is not about perfect English. It's about being kind, relaxed, and genuine. So, if you want to learn English that feels real, sweet, and natural in real-life situations, then stay with us. And before we move into our main conversation, one small request.
Teresa, if you are new to the Easy Fluent English channel, please subscribe so you never miss our future conversations and secret lessons. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below. Tell us, what is your favorite place for a first date? A cafe, a park, or maybe a quiet restaurant? All right, everyone, take a breath, relax, and let's move into today's conversation. All right, Jimmy. Today, we are going to talk about something many English learners are curious about: how to have a clean and polite conversation on a first date.
Yes, Teresa. A first date can feel exciting, but also a little nervous. Sometimes people don't know what to say, especially in English.
Exactly. But the secret is simple. You don't need complicated English. You just need kind, respectful, and natural sentences.
Let's imagine two people meeting for the first time at a quiet cafe.
The first thing is a warm greeting. For example, "Hi, it's really nice to meet you."
Or you can say, "Hello, I'm glad we could meet today."
A smile and calm voice can make the conversation feel comfortable right away.
After greeting, you can ask simple questions to start the conversation. For example, did you have a good day today?
Or something practical, like, "Was it easy for you to find this place?"
These questions are polite and help both people relax.
Once the conversation starts, you can talk about hobbies and interests. For example, "So, what do you enjoy doing in your free time?"
Maybe the other person answers, "I enjoy reading books and going for evening walks."
Then you can respond kindly, "That sounds really nice. I also enjoy quiet evenings sometimes."
Another polite topic is work or study. You might ask, "What do you do during the week? Do you work or study?"
And if they share their story, listen carefully and respond politely. For example, "That's interesting. It sounds like you enjoy what you do."
First dates feel more natural when both people share small experiences. For example, I recently started learning English through podcasts. It's been a fun experience.
That kind of sentence keeps the conversation friendly and relaxed.
A good conversation also means showing interest in the other person. You can say, "That's really interesting," or "I'd love to hear more about that."
These simple phrases show that you are respectful and attentive. Remember, a first date conversation in English is not about speaking perfect English.
It's about being polite, calm, respectful, and genuine.
Simple sentences, a friendly smile, and a relaxed attitude can make the conversation beautiful.
So take a deep breath, speak naturally, and enjoy getting to know someone new.
Because sometimes the best conversations begin with one simple sentence. Hi, it's really nice to meet you. All right, Jimmy, imagine this moment. A quiet evening, a small cafe, soft music in the background, two people meeting for the first time.
Yes, TK. Their hearts are a little nervous, but also excited. Sometimes the hardest part is simply saying the first sentence.
Exactly. But a gentle and sincere greeting can change everything. For example, hi, it's really nice to finally meet you.
Or something warm like, hello, I'm glad we could meet today. I was actually looking forward to this. That kind of sentence makes the other person feel valued and comfortable.
Let's imagine a small moment. David arrives first at the cafe. A few minutes later, Lena walks in. David smiles and says softly, "Hi, Lena. I hope you didn't have trouble finding the place."
And Lena replies, not at all. Actually, the walk here was really nice.
Then David says, "That's good to hear. I chose this cafe because it feels calm and comfortable." Just like that, the conversation begins naturally.
A very real question on a first date is simply asking about the day. For example, how was your day today?
Maybe the person answers, "It was a long day, but meeting you made it better."
That kind of sentence creates a warm, emotional connection.
After a few minutes, people usually talk about interests. You might say, "So, what do you enjoy doing when you have free time?"
Imagine someone saying, I love quiet evenings, reading books, or sometimes just walking while listening to music.
Then you can respond naturally, "That sounds peaceful. I think those small, quiet moments make life beautiful."
Let's imagine another small moment. During the conversation, it starts raining outside.
The sound of rain makes the cafe even calmer. Someone smiles and says, "Rain like this makes the moment feel special, doesn't it?"
And the other person replies softly, yes, it feels like time slows down for a moment. That's a very natural, emotional connection in real life.
Good conversations are not only about talking, they are about listening and caring. For example, you can say, "I really enjoy hearing your perspective."
Or, you seem like a very thoughtful person. These sentences are polite, sincere, and respectful.
Eventually, the evening comes to an end. A polite and warm ending could be, "I'm really glad we met today. This conversation meant a lot."
Or something simple but meaningful. I had a lovely time talking with you.
And maybe, "I hope we can meet again and continue this conversation."
First dates are not about perfect English.
They are about honest words, calm voices, and genuine interest.
Sometimes a simple sentence, spoken sincerely, can create a beautiful memory.
So relax, be yourself, and remember, the best conversations are not perfect, they are real. Jimmy, many of our listeners might be wondering something simple but important. If I have a first date, what should I actually do?
That's a great question, TK. A first date is not about being perfect. It's about being respectful, calm, and genuine.
First of all, don't try to impress too much. Just be yourself. You can start with a simple sentence. "Hi, it's really nice to meet you."
Yes, a smile and a calm voice can make the other person feel comfortable right away.
Good conversations start with simple questions. For example, "How was your day today?" Or, "Did you have any trouble finding this place?"
These questions are polite and easy to answer. They help both people relax.
A first date is not only about talking, it's also about listening.
Exactly. When the other person shares something, show interest. You can say, That sounds really interesting, or I'd love to hear more about that.
It's also good to share small things about yourself. For example, I enjoy quiet evenings and listening to music.
Or I recently started learning English through podcasts. These little details make the conversation personal and meaningful.
On a first date, it's better to keep the conversation positive and respectful. Avoid negative topics or arguments.
Instead, talk about things like hobbies, travel, favorite food, or interesting experiences.
When the meeting is ending, it's important to finish politely. For example, I had a really nice time talking with you today.
Or simply say, "Thank you for meeting with me. I enjoyed our conversation."
A first date doesn't need complicated English.
It only needs kindness, respect, and genuine interest.
When you speak calmly and sincerely, even simple English can create a beautiful connection.
So relax, enjoy the moment, and remember, sometimes a simple conversation can become a wonderful memory.
Jimmy, many listeners might ask something practical. If I go on a first date, what vocabulary and sentences should I know in English?
That's a very useful question. You don't need hundreds of words. You only need simple, polite, and friendly expressions.
First, let's start with greetings. These are the first words you say when you meet someone.
Useful vocabulary. Hello, nice, meet, glad, finally.
Example sentences. Hello, it's really nice to meet you. Hi, I'm glad we could meet today. It's nice finally meeting you.
These sentences create a warm and comfortable beginning.
After greeting, you can ask simple questions to start the conversation.
Useful vocabulary. Day, place, easy, find, busy.
Example sentences. How was your day today? Did you have any trouble finding this place? Was your day busy?
These questions help break the silence naturally.
Next, people usually talk about hobbies and interests.
Useful vocabulary. Hobby, enjoy, free time, music, travel, books.
Example sentences. What do you like to do in your free time? Do you enjoy traveling? What kind of music do you like?
These questions make the conversation interesting and personal.
When someone shares something, it's important to respond kindly.
Useful vocabulary. Interesting, nice, wonderful, really.
Example sentences. That sounds really interesting. That's very nice. I'd love to hear more about that.
These responses show that you are listening and respecting the other person.
You should also share a little about yourself.
Useful vocabulary. Enjoy, usually, sometimes, recently.
Example sentences. I enjoy quiet evenings and good music. I usually spend my weekends reading or walking. Recently, I started learning English through podcasts.
These sentences make the conversation feel balanced and friendly.
At the end, it's important to close the conversation politely.
Useful vocabulary. Nice. Enjoyed. Time. Again.
Example sentences. I had a really nice time talking with you. Thank you for meeting with me today. I hope we can talk again sometime.
A polite ending leaves a good impression.
Remember, you don't need complicated English for a first date.
Just use simple vocabulary, kind sentences, and a calm voice.
When your words are sincere, even simple English can create a beautiful conversation.
Jimmy, imagine two people sitting in a quiet cafe on a rainy evening.
Yes, the rain is falling softly outside, and they are just talking about life, dreams, and small moments. One of them smiles and says slowly, "Conversations like this make life beautiful." And suddenly, they realize that happiness sometimes comes from simple talks and peaceful moments.
Imagine you meet someone who has traveled to many places. They share stories about mountains, oceans, and cultures.
After listening, you feel inspired and say, meeting new people helps us grow, because every new person brings a new idea and a new perspective. One day, you talk with an elderly man in a park. He tells you stories about patience, hard work, and kindness.
Before leaving, you think quietly, every conversation teaches us something. Sometimes the greatest lessons come from simple talks. At first, someone feels shy speaking English. Their voice is quiet and uncertain, but they keep practicing every day.
After some time, they notice something amazing. They speak more clearly and say proudly, "Confidence grows with every word we speak. Practice slowly turns fear into strength." Imagine a learner listening to English podcasts every morning. At first, it feels difficult.
But after weeks of listening and repeating sentences, they suddenly realize speaking English becomes easier with practice. Just like learning to ride a bicycle, practice makes everything smoother. During a conversation, someone feels nervous and starts speaking too fast, but then they take a deep breath.
They slow down and speak gently, and they realize something important. A calm mind creates clear communication. Peace inside your mind makes your words stronger and clearer. Two friends sit together after a long day. Instead of pretending, they speak honestly about their feelings and challenges.
After the conversation, they feel closer than before because they understand. Honest conversations build strong connections. Truthful words create real trust between people. You meet someone new at a coffee shop. You talk about books, travel, and personal experiences.
When the meeting ends, you realize something meaningful. Every meeting is an opportunity to learn. Even a short conversation can teach you something new about the world. A learner feels shy about speaking English in public. They worry that their grammar might not be perfect.
But a friend encourages them and says, "Your voice deserves to be heard," because every idea, every story, and every thought has value. One evening, two strangers start a small conversation while waiting for a bus. They talk about dreams, goals, and future plans.
That short conversation inspires one of them to start learning English seriously. And later they realize sometimes one simple conversation can change everything. Because powerful changes often begin with simple words. Dear listeners, language is more than grammar.
Language is connection, emotion, and understanding.
So speak slowly, listen deeply, and enjoy every conversation.
Because sometimes the most beautiful moments in life begin with just a few words.
And there we have it, dear listeners. Every conversation you have, whether short or long, simple or deep, is an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to become a better version of yourself.
Yes, TK. Remember, it's not about perfect grammar, complicated words, or flawless pronunciation. It's about being brave enough to speak, to listen, and to express yourself. Every word you speak builds your confidence. Every sentence you try makes your English stronger.
Think about it. Sometimes one small conversation can change your day, your week, or even your life. A calm, honest, and sincere conversation can open doors you never imagined.
So keep talking, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Let every word you say be a step forward, a step toward fluency and freedom in English.
And one more thing, dear listener. Your voice matters. Your thoughts, your ideas, your story deserve to be heard.
If you stay consistent, if you speak with sincerity, and if you enjoy the process, English will not just become easier, it will become your tool to connect, inspire, and grow.
So keep practicing, keep smiling, and let your conversations be your wings.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep shining.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay confident, stay inspired, and let every conversation make your life beautiful.
Goodbye for now, and remember, your journey in English is your story, and every word counts.